Konnichiwa, Moshi Moshi, and what's bonking out there, internet land? How we doing? Welcome back to another episode of the NoSkill podcast. Today's a very special one, ladies and gents. We have a very special guest accompanying us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Arbiter King. How you doing, man? Say hi to everybody.
I'm doing grandy dandy. Your average enjoyer of click-lex. Oop, I did. Avid enjoyer of click-clacks and pew-pews.
I think we all are.
I'm doing pretty good
on this panel. For those of you at home that don't know, he's quite good friends with Ghost.mini. We had him on a few weeks back. So this is all about you tonight, bud. So let's give the people the rundown of tell them who you are, tell them what you do.
Oh yeah. So I do the Musketeer avatars for VR chat. I'm a big fan of Black Ops 2 and The Division. I kind of like doing some techie stuff, so I'll make avatars with realistic reloading, drones, be able to call in like helicopters and mortar strikes and all sorts of cool little things to make you turn a black cat into a Call of Duty lobby. All that fun stuff, and then lots of customization. That's the beauty of having PvP built into the avatars. You can turn any world in VR chat into a Call of Duty match.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I did try to add like healing and stuff to some things. I did have one avatar where you could like wrap bandages around your arm to heal yourself. That one's kind of it's still got to get fixed a wee bit, but that's the beauty of it. Is the PvP. I run like a bunch of like social events for these because they have a lot of gameplay built into them, so we can use any map we want. A good example of this PvP system, it's cross avatar. So we do stuff like we have Wendigo avatars, or like a goat man that I made, and his claws can swipe people, and it'll cause like scratch marks to physically appear on the avatar and stay on them until either the avatar is taken out or PvP is disabled and you reset health and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have like a bunch of these like scientist civilian avatars like running around like a mansion or something like that, and they're getting chased by loads of cryptids that can swipe them. Kind of went for a bit of a Dead by Daylight vibe with that guy too. Big old like gush of blood and then some like dripping and stuff. So
sick.
I would have a full panic attack.
Oh yes, exactly. Many people do. The most recent one, I made a map that is supposed to be pitch black. It's supposed to like test out the capability of like the Quest compatible night vision I have. So we had the survivors, which I gave like a dinky little like 80s flashlight or something. Have to run away from the Wendigos and stuff, and I decided to start playing like some Wendigo screams faintly in the distance with like my voice mod to scare the hell out of the survivors.
My anxiety's flaring up right now.
Alright, we'll turn it back.
No, it's just... I'm from the culture. I know a thing or two, and my instincts are just like, get out. It's not a joke anymore. Get out.
Yeah, so I run the Musketeers group for VR chat, and they main thing is like it's a place for us to all come together for our fan of anything like military or just even monster a little bit, to kind of just come together and be able to implement that in avatars that are still like unique and original, but also pay nod to things. I have like some avatars that can equip like a Division watch, some that can swap out their little Musketeer patch somewhere on here, right here, for like SCP Mobile Task Force 1, so people who are fans of SCP can roleplay that. I have one in a hazmat suit that can swap out for like some backrooms, logos, and all sorts of stuff. Oh, my hand's going off to the side here. But yeah, it's a place for us to all like come together and be able to mess around with all of our favorite stuff that we geek out over. So,
dude, that is so legit. Holy crap!
Like the person that stands up
we have
immediately. So yeah.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
I was just gonna say the person that stands out to me is just like Ghost. You guys share the same like passion and enthusiasm. I see you fucking right here, asshole.
It's kind of crazy because I started making avatars this like March of last year, and the amount of people I got in contact with just exploded. And just like having someone teach me how to get like just shooting particles done, and giving me a really basic flashlight prefab for my avatar to add flashlights and stuff, exploded into like realistic reloading and using that same basic flashlight prefab that guy gave me and turning it into night vision and thermal vision and target markers and all sorts of cool stuff to highlight players and all just insane stuff.
Dope.
Yeah, so I find that like each person I got in contact with, each of us avatar creators all kind of generally had like almost like this you could call it like a superhero backstory of sorts. We all had this one this burning passion that made us like start making avatars because no one else made it in that kind of way. For Ghost, that was Call of Duty avatars. For myself, it was realistic reloading and all sorts of just getting guns done right kind of thing, because I'm a big old gun nut for realistic things like Tarkov and all that. So extensive modding in Fallout 4 to make everything realistic, despite it being an arcade kind of survival game. But yeah, we all have these burning passions, and it's kind of really crazy to see that motivation be so bright in each creator and very specific.
And
what I was saying was
for like the sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. Please say what you're saying.
I was gonna say I appreciate, especially like between you and Ghost, with the whole like adding in those extra features of being able to like tack reload or even reload in general, and then having to do certain like hand motions to actually shoot the gun. And then I saw you before we were recording. You were like quick ejecting magazines and then putting them back in. As a man that was in the military and had to do it firsthand, I'm like, holy shit, that is incredible. It's absolutely
one thing
incredible.
I started doing recently was making it so like for the last couple avatars, I've been making it so you kind of pull like an onward or Pavlov, where you reach physically where the magazine is and you grab it and then toss it out, or you could do a gesture to just drop it. But some players are a lot more basic with this stuff, so I'm making toggles that work side by side with that, so you just have to do like a quick little rock and roll and it'll reload your gun for you, for those who are less gun nut than myself and don't really want to do all that like racking and stuff. Yeah. There's also
yeah, seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing.
I heard someone bragging in my world about this avatar doesn't even need a reload, and I was just thinking to myself, wait, doesn't that mean that like there's less effort put into the avatar? It's less real. I don't see that as a brag, but that's what some people like. So this one doesn't run out of ammo. It's like, well, this one doesn't run out of ammo. It's like, well, this isn't exactly like a balance feature. This isn't like Call of Duty where it's like this avatar's the meta because you don't need a reload.
But it's amazing.
It's all for the
avatar creators
immersion
put so much like effort into their avatars. Like between you and Ghost, like especially like you two do some of the best, I'd say, military themed avatars I've seen so far. Especially on side of Ghost, he makes the best Call of Duty avatars I've seen anywhere, because I've been to a lot of different worlds that offer COD avatars back when I was first starting to play VR chat. None of them came close. You are like super realistic with your stuff, and I absolutely love that, because I love those type of games. I love Pavlovs. I love the onwards. I love all that type of realistic stuff. And it's just amazing to see that being translated into VR chat, where you don't see that anywhere.
Yeah, because parameters and like conditions and stuff is like second nature to me. And to talk about Ghost for a second, I mean, the man flexes and he makes a freaking avatar. He's got volume. He's got so many COD avatars, and so many of us. I know, especially the newer creators, but like definitely us fellas like myself who just appreciate him having the models readily available for other creators as well. Things like taking the knee pads here from a model or something.
Yeah.
But just simple stuff. But yeah, for me, it's like VR chat. You upload your stuff from Unity, a game design engine. So I find that you can implement so much game design into VR chat, and you can just take it essentially straight from a game and get all the mechanics and stuff. One thing for the longest time, I've been kind of wanting to work with, but I've never really had the time to do so, was I've been debating on like importing almost like a Pavlov or DayZ system straight into an avatar, because essentially you just add like these little circuits that are like damage over time, and you do that for hunger and thirst. I figured out how to do like simulated liquid physics and stuff for bottles if you want to do drinking and things like that. So add bleeding with like axing people like in DayZ, that kind of stuff. Like, I've been really wanting to do that, because if you go to the Outlands or something, then you could like definitely have a whole bunch of fun with that kind of stuff.
I can only imagine just the role playing like milsim you can do with that type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know how much customization I can add from DayZ, because
oh yeah,
they got so many outfits, man.
I remember a couple of years ago, I used to join those type of servers on Armor 3. Just people just going ham with like the milsim stuff, and it was very fun, very interesting, and I enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah, and
Armor, that's a game I haven't heard of in forever.
Never got to playing the Arma games. I've always been a console gamer for the most part until I got like a PC. Just when I started making avatars and whatnot last year. But
that's all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get Tarkov, but I wasn't infatuated by it. So my other stuff too was always doing stuff like I've always wanted. I always loved customizing stuff, so I always used to play the heck out of Fallout 4, and there was a point in time up to when I got a PC where I knew like every single mod on the Xbox Fallout 4, like Bethesda.com thing, by heart and mind. Like every single one, because I would go through every new release and find the best mods for like implementing Tarkov stuff into Fallout 4, and doing stuff like realistic ballistics and just making it a hellish game. So realistic ballistics, like Walking Dead, simulated frostbite.
Oh my god.
What's it called? I had like realistic healing, so instead of just like stim packing, it was like dig bullet out, wrap bandages, use blood pack, take painkillers. Okay, you're good.
Damn.
And yeah. Oh, and Gas Mask of the Wasteland was the last one, where you have to manage your oxygen like in Metro. So realistic stuff, and then all the gun mods would come in. But realistic stuff with a lot of like military things, and just turn it into Tarkov. I played the game for like 2 years without finishing it, after I finished it like 3 times or something like that. But 2-year period where no fucking missions done for the actual quests and stuff. It was pure just survival game. It was just single player DayZ pretty much.
So I got a quick question about that, because these guys know I have a bit of an issue with Fallout. I'm addicted. And did you use the Skibata weapons pack that brought in all the modern military weapons?
Yes, absolutely. It was very finicky, I think. It was the like modern military weapons version, whatever, and it came with like hundreds of guns. For me, it had very buggy reloads and all that kind of stuff. Again, another motivation for this stuff was my issue with like you'd grab a street sweeper and you'd like rack it back like a bolt action as you rack the air, and it's just like, oh man, that hurts.
Yeah.
You know, like
it was
whenever you had
one of those quantity for quality things for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like, yeah, sometimes the quantity was just too good to decline, so I would run that a lot because I'd be like, Glock, or this exotic pistol, this exotic shotgun by name. Oh, I love these calibers, vending machine for every bullet type, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So I did very much enjoy that.
And there's one more mod. It was called Wild Wasteland, and it took the balance mechanics out of the game.
Yes,
So,
oh
my god, I love that one.
For my stuff, it was always a fight for fighting like the default settings and difficulty stuff for Fallout, because it's like I want to get like 3-shot all the time. Please don't make it easy for me. Exactly. And I don't want my stuff to like save constantly. So I don't want it to be unplayable, but I want it to be difficult. So if I walk through the open without checking something and I get one hit through the head, I want to be set like 3 minutes back and not 3 hours. So I had to do a bunch of.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah. That's the beauty of it, is because it doesn't feel good to like 2-shot every enemy unless you yourself are getting 2-shot, in my opinion. So I like ballistics feeling like ballistics. That's why I like Modern Warfare's like quick time to kill and stuff, because I really don't like putting like 3 shotgun blasts from point blank in someone and just being like, man, I must have given you one hell of a haircut. Like,
or Warzone currently, where headshots don't kill anymore.
Oh, with the sniper rifles and whatnot.
Yep.
It's
never been too much of a sniper person.
As a sniper. Like as a sniper in Call of Duty, honestly, getting a headshot is not hard. So I kind of understand. Like that shit was running rampant in Warzone 1. But at the same time, if I have a big caliber sniper round and I put it in your crane, you should be missed.
Oh yeah. I was always on the opposite spectrum of that. I have a really close-knit squad where we all complement each other really nicely. One's a hardcore sniper, the other's like a good heavy boy, and myself being a bit more of a shotgun rush with shield kind of fella. I don't really use the shield too much as a melee weapon. It's more of a supportive item to me. Buddy gets down in an open field. No. More of your buddy gets down in a field while you guys are running away to find a building for cover. They get down in the open, you pull out the shield, and you sit down crouched and cover your buddy as he gets to cover for you to like res him and whatnot. So always, yeah, you gotta support your fellows, your comrades. I never noticed that thing, but I've definitely heard my sniper buddy definitely bickering about it. If headshots don't one shot.
Real quick. So let me just give you the rundown of our squad real fast. The fast-paced sniper, the sniper that rushes. Psyched that he found an RPG. Where the fuck are my plates? I need plates. That's it.
Do you use snipers from point blank?
I am a quick scoper.
Is that what I'm getting at by the fast sniper?
I'm a quick scoper, yeah.
Oh, yes. My buddy always gets so mad at me when I tell him. To me, snipers are shotguns and shotguns are snipers. Because point blank go burr with Barrett 50 cal.
We're all in this together.
One thing I will always find hilarious that I have over him with that saying that really sets it in stone is that not only did I get this kill, but he was the one I killed for a 168 meter kill in Battlefield 4 on Gulman Railway with like a UTS-12 using like buckshot. I just aimed up. I saw the line, aimed upwards, and just sent so many pellets raining down while he was low. I was just watching the tracers go down. It was like the 300. I blocked out the sun with pellets.
I'm Johnny
Battlefield
Knoxville.
4
This is
is just
skeet
a good
shooting.
game.
So I love when buckshot had. Yeah, exactly. I love when shotguns have range. Realistic range is nice, but absurd range is beautiful, especially with buckshot. I'm not a fan of slugs. I find pride with buckshot kills from like 70 meters and stuff like that. That stuff's fun.
Damn.
man. What?
I just want to
What
talk
at me for?
about like. Oh, you said man. I thought you were about to say something.
No.
Well,
Just
never
tripping on
mind.
So many
Battlefield
words.
4.
Oh,
So
man,
many
I'm
words
just,
that the child safe part of the
of-
internet cannot
out of
have.
the two, out of like the two arcade modern shooters, I swear I always give Battlefield the props of actually giving the shotguns range. Because
Oh,
Call
yeah.
of Duty, they
I don't know. The
disappear.
new Bryson can hit pretty damn far.
I don't
With
know about
slugs.
Modern Warfare too much. I haven't seen or I haven't tried too much with shotgun sniping. I did get like 100-something meter kill in Warzone with explosive slugs on the AA-12 because I was trying to use it as a mortar.
Explosive slugs.
Yeah, but I swear, like, if it's not a
What
slug
was
or
that
explosive
sentence?
slug, if it's not like a
Didn't even know
slug
that
or
was a
the
thing.
explosive rounds, I swear those things, like, damage drop off, the
Oh,
bullets
dude,
disappear past like 20 meters.
anything that is like semi-auto or like full auto that you can put slugs on, I will use as a mortar 10 times out of 10. I got a DAO 12 kill, or the Striker 12 gauge Street Sweeper in Battlefield 4, using that thing as a mortar because you can see the tracers so fluently and whatnot as they like come down. My buddy was mid knife execution. Someone's about to like stab him in the neck with the melee animation and whatnot, and as he was in the middle of the animation, the like explosive slug perfectly just dropped onto the enemy's forehead, like mid execution. I love shotgun sniping. It's beautiful. They're so practical, so flexible.
Now, when you say shotgun sniping, the one thing I want to touch upon, just because you did mention it earlier,
Yep.
were you that on Black Ops 2? Were you the guy with the slug KSG, just bopping people from spawn on Nuketown?
No.
Are you him?
But I will say I went ham. As I said, I'm an avid enjoyer of the buckshot, so I went M1216, like the burst shotgun, just sending people back to spawn on
Ooh,
Nuketown. That was my thing.
All right. My G.
Yeah. The burr shotgun. Love that thing. Nice burst.
All right. So then, since we're talking about Black Ops 2, and we talked about this with Ghost, now I want to pick your brain as well. So, we already know that that Black Ops 2 is your favorite COD. I'm safely assuming this.
Indeed. Yep.
All right. So then,
yes.
So then give me. I want to know, like, what is your favorite map, and then what is your primary kit, between like perks, tacticals? Are you a guy that just has 6 perks and no secondary and no attachments whatsoever? What are we looking at? What are we doing here? Your pick 10.
Alrighty. Yes.
For those.
Yes.
Bring it back.
For me, I always liked the close range and far range. So I'd do DSR with the M1216. So that I loved Raid. Was it? No, I think it. I forget the name of the map. Raid was the one with the Lamborghinis, the Bugattis, all that stuff, right?
Yep. Raid.
Yeah.
That one. That okay. Trying to think of the yeah. Trying to think of the one with the destroyed town. It has like tanks and stuff on the outskirts. It has one big building in the center with 2 VAG. Oh well, we'll go with Raid here.
Oh,
Raid's
fuck.
Standoff. That's it. I love Standoff because you use the M1216 to fight your way to the enemy spawn, and as soon as you get there, with all that close range, like going room to room and around corners, as soon as you fight off everything with close range, you swap from the M1216. You go up into that little watchtower overlooking like the main second lane of the map, where you have this perfect view down, and you just swap the DSR and just click on their heads. Just click on the heads. That's my most ideal.
Download
it. Best zombies in my opinion too, because it was the perfect balance between like I don't feel like looking up the Easter egg, but I want perks and cool stuff, and I want to have a complicated Easter egg to get all the shiny extra weapons and all that kind of stuff. Blundergat, Acid Gat, that kind of stuff. It's a perfect balance in my opinion.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still such a zombies noob. When I first started playing, like trying my hand at zombies on Black Ops 2, all I thought it was just a survive until you die game. So I was that dude that was just buying a gun off the wall, killing zombies, getting money, buying ammo off the wall, killing zombies, getting money, and buying ammo off the wall. I didn't know there was perk system. I didn't know there was a pack a punch. I didn't know for one of the maps in, I want to say it was Black Ops 4, there was a way to end the game. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was just buying guns and killing shit.
Yeah, Black Ops 4 is where I started falling off a bit too much because that was where Easter eggs started to get like super intense. They were already getting like ramped up with Black Ops 3 in my opinion, because you had to do like I'll use what was it, the Iron Dragon? I forget what the actual German name of it. The castle map for Black Ops 3. Dreisendrache? Go no.
No.
I think that was the Russian one. I'm thinking of the German one with the castle and stuff.
Yeah, that's correct.
I think that was Dreisendrache.
Yeah.
So that one, it was like, okay, you want the bows? Cool. Find this arrow. Do all this weird stuff with urns. Do parkour for the wolf one. I think the fire. What was it? Yeah, you had to like snipe bonfires for the electric one, like way out, and it's just like, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
That's what I had trouble getting.
I was like, dude, this is straight up like I'm housekeeping a castle right now, man. I'm moving urns around. I'm lighting the fire, keeping the temperature all nice in the mountains here. Oh, let's clean up this pile of bones over here. Like, dude. Why the hell am I cleaning in zombies? I just want to kill zombies, man. I always got the lightning one because that was the one I knew.
If anything,
lightning bow. But
I do agree with your statement on Black Ops 2 because I feel that those zombies maps were so much more fun.
Goated.
So
Straight
fun. I remember the hours we played on Buried, Origin. Like, they were just so fun.
Yep.
And shit,
even Transit, as simple as it was good.
Yeah.
And because of that,
Transit
I
is so
recently got Black Ops 3 on sale, and I was like, I'm gonna get so many modded maps, and I've just been having a blast. Or just want to shoot some zombies. I'll get on Black Ops 3, shoot some zombies on modded maps. Yeah. I'll go on to Dome or something, kill zombies with like MW3 guns or something. I don't know.
I know a lot of people are diehard for even the newer games and whatnot. I don't think anyone's diehard for the Vanguard one, but I haven't seen too much for that. I do know that people are falling off on like Black Ops 4 and Cold War because Cold War made it a bit too easy. But yeah. Zombies are zombies. I think even if I dislike those games and I don't think they flow as well and all that kind of stuff, I think I'd still have a fun time with anything really, just queuing up for zombies. But quality, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, mint.
Yeah. Yes, but Black Ops 3 on its own would be pretty alright. But the fact that they made it so you can mod maps, goated. Awesome. Yep. I love that they did that because they haven't done that since World at War. So I was like, that's awesome. We got a new game with new toys to work with.
Yeah, allowing modding is
saying that just with the whole modded maps. Just real quick interjection. I love that it's bringing back content creation too. Hell, I was watching Wildcat just play zombies with the guys, and the map they're playing on was a modded map, and it was inside SpongeBob's house. I'm like, wait. This wasn't in the game. Excuse me. Hold up. Where was I?
Yeah, allowing modding is allowing people to build a game within your own game, and it gives it just endless years of fun and good times. Because even things like Insurgency that were made, not Sandstorm, but like, you know, good
even before Black Ops 3 came out, people were still making content and maps for World at War. It was still very strong.
Yeah, like World at War is still like super alive with that kind of stuff. And it's just like, seriously, if you allow modding, and like it's such a outstanding place. You're creating an entire new space for like a community within your community, and it's just amazing.
Yeah,
hence awesome. Modding on VR chat was nice before they took it away from us.
Bastards!
They tried.
Fucking. And I just started using.
I liked my EMM.
Same. I love
It was so good because we would run like our combat events and stuff for the Musketeers, and our admins would have EMMs, so we could because it's kind of like airsoft and stuff for when we're doing PvP events without the PvP built into the avatars, because some of my avatars don't have the resources to do so. It works off of a contact system. So sometimes newer avatars that don't have it, we would just like be able to clip through the walls and stuff with EMM and just be able to watch, yep, here's the bullet line here, here's the last guy alive on this team, and you got 2 people over here, this guy's stuck over here and needs to be told to respawn, all that kind of stuff, and you just had clear view of like the entire map, and then they took it away, and then we had to get creative with avatar creation to be able to like notify it, round's over, we're starting a new one, and that kind of stuff, so I have like
have you ever thought about
shockwave on my avatar that will go through the whole map. But
have you ever thought about taking it all to
That's dope.
like chill out or something?
Yeah. So we do like a campfire and chill event and stuff where we get our community together and we talk about like anything from just relax.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more specific.
Oh.
I thought I was asking.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about taking it all to like chill out VR?
Oh, I have thought about that, but I mean, the main thing is to me is everything when I do these avatars and everything. I want it to be able to get to Quest, which is I believe the majority of VR chat right now, because the main thing was when I first got a PC. Within my first week or so of having it, I like made an avatar and I experienced PC VR for a little bit and that kind of stuff. It was my first PC, and it was like the first week I got it. And the main thing I experienced while looking through all these really awesome military avatars for PC only was, man, this thermal is so cool. This night vision's so cool. Wish you could see it on Quest. So it was that kind of spark that was a motivation for me, that I wanted Quest to be able to experience really neat stuff from night vision and thermal vision to things like working heartbeat sensors for Quest that you could like scan like Pulse from Rainbow Six and stuff like that. So chill out VR, it seems like a really neat option. But until it actually gets to Quest, I don't think I'll be moving with that kind of stuff, or at least until it becomes like, I don't know if it's in community labs or anything like that right now. But main thing is I like to work with the Quest audience.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I totally get that. I totally understand that, especially since they're a huge audience. I was only asking because I know a lot of communities, a lot of VR communities, especially when the mod or the anti-cheat came in. A lot of people were like, "All right, so we're gonna hold these type of events in Chill Out VR that's PC only, and then we're gonna have these same events but with a larger audience with like VR chat."
Yeah,
some go even harder core and go to Neos, but that's a whole different monster.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, because I think it's groundbreaking for Quest to have all this stuff, and it really is heartwarming to see people be able to experience cool stuff in VR chat, because it's such an already built up game. And I remember when I made like the first Quest compatible avatar that had night vision and stuff. We were able to bring a bunch of our Quest fellows that are all freaking out about it into horror games, and we're all stomping around with our military avatars with like nods down and stuff, being able to see in the dark. So, probably scaring the monster more than the monster was scaring us. But so
it's like they gave it all over again.
I remember one really fun experience was when I first made the working heartbeat sensor on like this sniper avatar. It was the only thing that I got working on the avatar the day it was uploaded. And it only works with certain conditions. So everyone has their avatar interactions on, so it can detect people. You have the avatar shown and all this kind of stuff. But since everyone in our events needs to have that stuff for the PvP to work, we all had it on. So we played a game of Infection. And as it whittles down all the zombies and whatnot, we had like one zombie left and like 5 survivors, and we're all sitting in the lobby of this mansion map. We're all scanning the heartbeat sensors. No heartbeat in the attic. No heartbeat in the basement. There's a heartbeat in the greenhouse. He's in the greenhouse. And everyone starts running down. So really do enjoy giving that kind of experience to Quest and whatnot. And Quest would certainly be a lot different without this kind of stuff. So, it's a big
motivator. I just want to say thank you for wanting to do all this way it's more fun and immersive for Quest users, because up until I got my PC about 2 months ago, I was essentially solo Quest user, or if my roommate wasn't home, he said I could use his PC, and his PC's not the best, but it can handle. So for the longest time, and these guys can attest to it, when we're trying to do podcasts or they want to take me to certain worlds, I'm like, it has to be Quest friendly. And even if we were going to worlds that had both circles, the blue and the green, for saying Quest friendly, nothing will load in for me. We went to this one bar world, and all I saw was just a blue room, and I'm like, so much Quest friendly, yo. Fuck this.
What the hell is this?
I've had that experience, but the opposite, where it's just like, hey. Where it's like, hey guys, check out this cool warehouse. There's a bunch of candles lighting all the area. It's relaxing, apocalyptic a little bit. Everyone's like, dude, we're standing in the void. And it goes back to that moment, in the first week I had my PC and stuff, where it's just like, it's cool. Wish you could see it. It's like, I hate that stuff.
Wish you were here.
So,
at that point, if at that point, why even make it Quest compatible if they're not gonna even be able to see the world itself? It's just a void.
I mean. The main thing is
because Quest compatible only implies you can spawn in. If he couldn't even spawn in, it would kick him back to home.
Nah, it's more so just meant for so that you can join up on your PC buddy, and it guarantees that you won't crash because you're not loading anything other than avatars, but you can still check in on them and that kind of stuff. Maybe it's relaxing looking at blankness.
I was jealous. This man's admiring the atmosphere, and he's just like, "Oh wow, this place is kind of cool. They got tablecloths on top of the tables. We can sit here too. There's there's 8 spots we can sit in. I'm just sitting there, blue world, I bet that sounds really nice right now. Damn. Apparently not. Yeah, so I definitely appreciate for all you Quest users out there. This man takes time, but this man is doing his best. Him and his team, they're doing the best to make shit more compatible for just straight Quest users. Because the Quest is fine, nothing against Quest users. But if you can Quest link in at some point, I recommend it.
All my stuff on my avatars, if I can't get it on Quest, then I don't put it on the avatar period, so that everyone experiences a synced experience. Of course, one could hear that and be like, well, if you have the space on the PC, you should add more stuff. And it's like, well, sometimes I'm at a limit for Fizzbones, and it's so much stuff that the more stuff I add on PC that other people can't experience is wasted effort to me, because that means that I'm adding things that people won't see, because most of this is experienced by Quest and that kind of stuff. But yeah, if I can't get it on Quest, I don't put it on the avatar, which I do have to dumb down a lot of graphics and stuff. So if you do Quest link your thing and then check out the Musketeer avatars from a Quest perspective to a PC perspective, it's like, whoo, graphics. But that's about it.
So I actually if you guys don't mind, I want to pick your brain about that, because nowadays with fandom and content creation, a lot of people don't plan on it, but they do create a little bit of a class system of, oh, you can only support this much, you don't get to see all of the videos, or you don't get to go to all of the events. And I don't like that personally. I think you're walking a very good path of, no, we're doing this, we're doing it together, we're laughing, we're smiling. I'm not trying to squeeze 100%. You for every nickel and dollar you have.
All inclusive.
Yep.
I think it makes more fun.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what the Musketeers was made to be all about. Is it's just like, I don't like the idea of people getting excluded from events if they didn't go through numerous amounts of training, and if you did something IRL that made it so you're not here, you got to do push-ups. And I don't think that like logging into VR chat, anything should be taking up your time out of it. I don't think you should ever be expected to be in the place, and we're pretty loose with our admins. Our admins generally show up all the time just because they want to be there and whatnot. We don't like force everyone to come along and that kind of thing, because it's there for, if you pop into VR chat, you can experience the community with us. If you don't, enjoy whatever else you're doing. We're not going to expect you to do anything. We're not going to punish you for doing anything. You're logging into something to relax, and it shouldn't take up your time out of it. Because whatever you're doing, do what you want to do, right? So, I don't, all inclusive.
Not enough people think like that these days, man. Everybody is so all or nothing, especially with like
military communities, because like, geez, man, I remember I had a community that was. Oh yes. Oh, it's practically like a bit of a virtual step of airsoft. As I said, our stuff is very airsofty. You see yourself get hit, you call your hit, respawn, and that kind of stuff. But no, I did have some admins talk to me about how they wanted to do a collab with their community, and I sit in their server to kind of get a look at everything. Of course, there's a lot of like downtime of. We're doing our own thing. We're running events. I'm making avatars. They are doing their own thing, and there's a lot of time before we actually get together for a collab and plan a perfect time. So within a lot of that like downtime, I'm like looking at their server, and I see like so and so didn't behave, so now everyone has to recruit so and so amount of members and do PT and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just in there like, man, that is not our vibe. That's not what this is all about. That sounds pretty atrocious. Not that like maybe if it works for your community, then awesome, man. But
I think
like that's not what our stuff's all about.
Cult.
Yes, bingo.
Yeah, bingo.
I don't know. I ain't a specialist. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of military communities within VR chat, and there's definitely something that unites all of us because we all like pew-pews, but at the same time there's a lot that just take themselves too seriously, that they disrespect their members and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, the members are what makes your group up. They outnumber you as admins. You have to keep that in mind. Like, you have the power to take like disciplinary actions, but like that's gonna be remembered, so
I still remember, even though it's technically not VR related, but on the same line of people like taking their factions and fandoms a little too seriously. And if you know who you are, because I know you watch our stuff, shout yourself out in the comment. Halo Reach. I was a part of a clan that just took the whole competitive play thing a little too seriously. Like, I'm talking, there were members, the high-ranking members that were like wanting to yell and scream, and I'm sitting there. I'm in the military. I think I was like 20 years old, and I'm like, I'm getting screamed at by a 16-year-old that doesn't even know what he put his underwear on this morning. All because he's been here longer.
Maybe that's just sci-fi communities of sorts with Halo and Star Wars, because I've heard that mainly with Star Wars. I hear that's quite toxic, especially for Avatar creators. And hey, man, I haven't been a part of one, so tell me if I'm wrong. But or your opinion on it, whatever. But I hear a lot of
to yell at Frasier.
Oh my god!
I was just
Terrible joke, man. Our buddy Die Hard, and I've seen him just level people, like physically just level people twice his size with no effort. He's terrifying. Love him to death.
Shout out Fresh.
Yeah, what is it? What is it? The Star Wars community, from what I hear from one of the Avatar creators for the SCP stuff, Brandon, was he said that everything was very like lock and key for knowledge for Avatar stuff. So if you wanted to know how to do so and so particle stuff, then you wouldn't really get told, because it was very competitive best Avatar creator stuff. And that's one thing that That's a huge portion of my avatar creation stuff. Is just like, let's get our stuff out there so people have easy access to like cool stuff. Make it so you have all your neat shooting particles and night vision. Well, say the dude, but like I had someone say that his shooting particles, which are just realistic tracers, were like his calling card of avatar creation, despite it being widespread on PC and stuff like that. And after a very kind gentleman, Mr. Lemoncan, I believe was his name, or his exact name, I don't remember. Lemon, the amazing gent that he is, gave me a shooting particle, which kickstarted all this stuff off a lot faster and a lot better. And fantastic gent. And once he put his particle out there, we started improving everything and making it so more people could access it. And it's essentially the exact same thing as that dude who was trying to essentially copyright what tracers looked like. And I'm like, dude, you can't. Tracers have a distinctive look. You can't. It's an IRL thing, man. So that's a big pain. But so
I could see that, because do you know anything about the Star Wars community IRL, like the cosplayers?
Not too much, but do tell.
Okay. Well, okay, so there's different clubs, they have different sects, they're organized into different legions, and some of them are really cool people. I've seen them do charity work, and I've seen them do like cool fan things. But at the same time, if you want in, you can't just make your own suit. It has to be done by this person. It's got to be authorized by this maker, and if it does, it's not up to snuff, you can't get in. And it's so insane and ridiculous. And even the local organizers, and I know you know my name, I don't care. I'll still yell at you again. Oh, well, we don't really want to. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. Like,
Jerry.
Oh, well, we want this. Well, they're like, oh, well, we want X amount of people to do Old Republic stuff because we're doing Old Republic stuff. And when me, Fraser, and like 3 other people show up, they'll actually get upset and be like, guys, we wanted Old Republic. And all the cosplayers in the area are younger people. They want to do new Star Wars, and that's fair. And I'm not going to beat them up for it. But when the community leader is like, we made a request for people to show up, I'm like, dude, you got 6 diehards right here. We'll make some magic happen. Now shut up and get in the pictures or in the photo booth. We're going to make this shit good. And the community just has weird levels of elitism, and I can see it transferring to VR chat very easily because we can have a disagreement. But nobody can walk up to your face and like actually bother you about it. It's
no.
Unless you put on the hat vest, then he could kick your ass.
Yeah, I could get my ass kicked, but I can't retaliate back. I'm not falling into that trap.
Damn it.
Although if you guys ever wanted to just light me up with one of your avatars, I'd be down. I think that'd be funny as shit.
I'll take you up on that.
Let's go. Let's kill him.
We could find a way to make that content. I'm sure we could.
Take
do
you
a cool mortar barrage with one of my
at
abbies.
the end of the target range.
Gonna take one of you to like one of his like PvP events. Have you feel everything?
No.
This is the difference between burst.
Wait, you got a haptic vest?
Yeah, he has a haptic.
Wait, do you have a haptic vest or something? Dude.
Yeah.
That
I want
sounds.
to kick his ass, but he won't.
So now, so he will definitely know when he's hit.
And I don't want to be mid conversation and DJ just reaches over, dead arm, and I'm like, stop! I'm not dealing with that.
That's exactly why I want you to do it.
Fine. Next podcast, I'll set up the haptic vest before we record.
I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna do it.
There's another one Ben's on either. I'm making an addendum to that. Ben's not allowed to come in here.
But you still need to get his ass.
Dude's got cardio. And hands.
Just get one of my abbies with the mortar strike and like physically explode.
I made the mistake of playing Warhammer 40k Battle Sisters and just sitting on the Storm Bolter with the haptic vest. My bones are rattling when I got done with that shit. It's so much fun, but afterwards, like, my insides kind of hurt. Shit.
Last thing he hears before the haptic vest melts is just animation 130 above.
Oh my
Oh my God.
I have been debating on adding like some cool COD score streaks to my stuff. I want to do AC 130 soon. I'm gonna probably do it in two different ways. Like you could have the little like score streak pad and then you click it and stuff. But I also want to make it so there's like a little backpack that you can like click a seat on, and it'll just like if it detects a player in that seat, it can like do the little animation so you can be in the cockpit as it fires. So that'd be kind of neat.
Yo,
That'd be so sick.
That'd be so sick.
Because I have been exploring the possibilities and stuff with seats, which, oh man, took like 3 days straight of troubleshooting to get it to work. I wouldn't say perfectly because it's still very flawed. It has like 4 seats, but I have a helicopter that you can grab like a flare off your character's back, grab the cap, ignite it with the cap, and if you sit there for a couple seconds, you'll have the helicopter fly in, rotate, descend, and it'll sit there with the little rappelling rope. You click it, and then it'll sit you down at the door and the seats in the back and stuff. You can only fit 4 people in there because, holy crap, 3 days of troubleshooting just to get the seats to work. But if you extinguish your flare, then you have your buddy, or the helicopter, ascend, rotate, and then it'll do like figure eights around you up in the sky, which, again, Quest compatible. So super neat, but it opens up the possibility to do an AC 130 stuff. I also kind of want to do door gunner stuff, so that might be a possibility. We'll see.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Guys, I'll go back to Furry Worlds if we're allowed to bring the AC 130.
If you could shoot it, that'd be even. We'll see how door gunner stuff works. We'll see.
I'm setting conditions. I'm not saying it's out the
Yeah.
the rules.
Not implying anything. I'm just stating facts.
I just want to talk.
I just socialized, starts revving minigun. I just want to socialize, I swear.
Don't worry about what's happening right here. Okay, just talk to me. All right, real quick. We've been here. We've been in here for about 45 minutes. I think it's time we take a quick, short interlude. Brandon, would you agree?
I would agree.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick moment to mention the sponsor of today's video, W.GG. Let's hear from them. Take it away, Emo Bushido. Hi, Internet. It's me, your boy, DJ. I'm so sorry for the interruption, but I really do hope you are enjoying what you're seeing. I just want to take a quick second to let you guys know about our official partnership with W.GG. If you want to get your hands on some good gaming energy supplements, head on over to W.GG and use our code NSE. That's the letters NSE at checkout for 10% off your total order. Thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting. Now let's take it back to the boys. And we are back. Thank you again, W, for partnering with us. You guys are absolutely beautiful, and I hope your cornflakes taste wonderful. If you want to get your hands on some good subs, you know what website to go to, you know what code to use. You're beautiful. All right, and we're back. Hello. We're still here with Arbiter. We're still talking about the cool, fizzy things that he can do with avatar characters that I don't have the brain capacity to actually articulate when it comes to coding anything. Yet this man's about to put an AC 130 in an avatar in VR chat, and I'm here for it. So then,
Yes.
So talk to me. So, one of if you don't want to spoil it, like spoil anything or like give ideas away, then please by all means. But like, what would be your ideal or if anything like your passion project type of avatar? Like what are they looking like? What are they wearing? What guns are they rocking? What's their perk package? Are they gonna have explosives?
Well, I mean, there's a good bit of flexibility with everything, and I will say one project I am looking forward to, and I mean, I'm open about all this kind of stuff. I don't care about the spoilers too much because I like people to be able to look forward to it. It is a bit down the line, but I have a shotgun specialist that I kind of want to work with because I figured out how to keep the memory of what payload you load into the shotgun and stuff. So I want to make it so you can like flip it on its side, do like a little competition reload with it, so you can load buckshot, slug round, dragon's breath, slug round, and it memorizes it every time you rack it. Because that is going to take a good bit of programming, or more time. It's not too complex, but I would definitely love that because it's very similar to what is it? Horseshoes, hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. That one. I love the memorizing payloads and your shotgun stuff. So I'll probably rock with that. Nice little Spaz 12 on him. Give him like a Modern Warfare 2 riot shield, like the OG one, the little clear one.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that'd be super cool. Yeah. See how that looks on Quest. I don't know if it'll be clear or not, but yeah, that one would be one of my more excited projects to make. I am a big fan of shotguns more so than anything else, so I definitely pour my heart out to stuff like that. Just to talk about passion projects more, even though this is more of a future avatar is what you're asking about, was this guy here with the shotgun here, fully customizable and stuff. So just as a little example of being able to customize your stuff, you can spawn a workbench in with this and go full. I was inspired by The Last of Us Part 1, Part 2 with the animations as you tinker with your weapon. So I made it with this one
That was actually
so that
really
you can grab a so I made it so you can grab a screwdriver and you can actually like pop the pump off and stuff, grab like a polymer one, stick it on, and then screw it back in place. Same thing with the stock on this. You can swap out the wooden stock for a polymer one, nice black one. And if you do have the wood grips still on, you can do stuff like grab like a sandpaper grit tool, and you can just scrub this thing down to get rid of the shininess of the shotgun, or grab a chemical cloth, wipe it down, and it'll re-shine the shoddy. Same thing with like the pistol and stuff. You can pop off the pistol grip of the pistol, the 1911, swap it out for like a nice polymer one, nice black plastic grip, make it shiny, make it rough. You can screw on ergomatic grips, new reflex sights, put on a compensator physically, and just like reach and do all this stuff. So I was inspired by The Last of Us to do that because I'm definitely one of those guys who would just sit there and watch every animation as you attach the new attachments onto your guns in games, because that stuff is just pure freaking art with the animations. And I've also been the kind of fella to just sit there and watch every reload animation from like every COD game or whatever, mainly just the new ones because they pay the most attention and stuff. So see the cool like Battlefield 4 mag flips and stuff with the AN-94, or tack reloads and sleight of hand reloads, all this kind of stuff. And that's mainly the inspiration for I want like guns to be done right for these kind of avies and stuff like that. Is I pay such a detail to how the guns are managed in each game and stuff like that, and how they're treated. And I think that is excellent to have that extra detail to physically be in that space as that protagonist or yourself in the game.
Absolutely.
So shotgun specialist.
I agree. and I agree with you when it comes to Last of Us. As much as I haven't played Last of Us because Naughty Dog still hates Xbox.
Oh yeah. Yep,
but we'll get to that on another day. But I've seen a lot of gameplay of the new Last of Us, and the first time I actually saw that at the upgrade station where he was actually, or whichever character you were using, depending on what game you were playing, and you were actually upgrading the gun, like taking off the old part and replacing it with the new one, screwing it in. Like that simple, subtle detail. They could have easily just done a soundbite of a wrench turning and then boom, it's upgraded. But they actually
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Dismantling it, upgrading it. And a subtle touch like that just gives up more personality and a little bit more immersion of like, I actually did this. So the fact that you're wanting to bring a mechanic like that into VR chat is not anything I would see. I would think I would ever be able to see in this game. I still find it crazy that I can actually interact with my own fucking ears.
Every time I find myself messing around with anything like pliers or hammers and little what's called tools and stuff like that, I always find myself just kind of picturing the animations from Last of Us. So I definitely want to add more. Is kind of what that's telling me. Is I definitely want to do more workbench stuff like this one, because you can pick your weapon off your holster and stuff like that afterwards, and it's exactly how you've modified it and whatnot. It's also the little bonus of me making it so you could take the backpack off, set it on the bench, and it'll play Last of Us music with like a little option if you want to listen to the guitar strums as you modify your weapon, because it's such a nice little touch. So
Jesus, all right.
Or like turn on the workbench light.
Avatars than Cyberpunk's launch. Genuinely. It's just a
I like the guns in that game too. They're unique.
CD Projekt Red just went, damn. What happened?
I'm actually very curious. How long does a usual avatar take for you to create?
Usually about like a week or so. I spend on the avatar. The first day or two is concepting, because I like my avatars to stand out, and I don't really like to just kind of take a model straight from a game, because that feels cheap to me. I like to concept it a little bit, be like, okay, this guy's a tinkerer and stuff, so I'm going to give him like a nice like flannel and stuff you can customize to be a fatigue if you like, and kind of give him a bit more like skeleton gloves and less of a combat thing, just light armor, that kind of thing. And then I move into rigging him, and once he gets into VR chat, usually the second or third day, everyone can look at it and test it and have it in early access, so if I see issues with it, then I can change the skeleton and make sure that everything works a bit better. Takes another day or two for weapons and whatnot, but before that I usually have all the outfit customization. You can toggle this armor, make it a bit lighter here, take off the face mask, this part, blah blah blah, and make your character look unique. And then the days after, as the week comes to an end, is usually, okay, it looks unique, but now you can functionally use it and have some cool stuff with it and stuff. Pump action this and all the cool features. I ideally try to get stuff in VR chat that hasn't been seen before, so i.e. the workbench this, or the helicopter being able to lift people out and that kind of thing. So sometimes it takes a little extra time to do those kind of features, but I ideally like to get it done in about a week or two. So yeah.
And that's including all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, all the bells and whistles.
Fucking Mikey.
Depends on how caffeinated I am. But
that's a ridiculous turnaround right there.
What was it? When I first made the world that houses all my avatars and whatnot, the Musketeer safe house is, I kept a trash can in the spawn room, which canonically held all the coffee cups that I spent working on the map. It still kind of does. It's a bit overflowing, but
just overflowing with Starbucks cups and macchiatos.
Oh, I'm Canadian, so it's nothing but like a bunch of Tim Hortons cups, and then so
oh god,
I didn't understand nor wanted to take the time to research anything copyright, and every time I went to other worlds, everyone else just kind of had like some really cheesy change of name, you know, the Beppis or something of Daisy being Pepsi and that kind of thing, or Zoka Cola and that kind of stuff, whatever, right? Yeah. So I took the texture for the Tim Hortons cup and I just changed it to Timmy Gorton's, and now I just have a bunch of crates in the safe house that say T. Gorton's coffee.
Nice.
Oh, that is absolutely fucking fantastic. But then Mikey did ask a good question. What was your question again, Mikey?
What
Do you fucking sleep at all during this process?
Oh, mostly, kind of.
Kind of.
Two very different answers.
Yeah, but yeah.
How many hours do you sleep per week? Yes.
I do sleep, but I do sleep pretty decently. I think probably like 6 hours or something during weekdays. But I get home from work, and usually I like to just work on the avatars, and a lot of people can think to themselves like, man, I could not imagine sitting there programming every day and do it of your own volition and whatnot. But to me, I can look at plate carriers and guns all day and I'm entertained thoroughly. So especially like picking out the stuff and being able to make your grenade go a little extra boom and that kind of thing, that makes me happy. It entertains me a good bit, and that's why I can always keep making these avatars. Is it's always just so interesting. One of my avatars has like I think a Korean. I forget if it's Korean or Japanese, but it's really cool. It's called the DevTac tactical helmet. I'm probably missing one other word in that name there, but just adding like top of the line military stuff and being like, oh, they actually have a model for this, even though this weapon like just came out like months ago or something like that, or like weeks ago kind of thing. So Keltec P50s, that stuff, just super cool to see that stuff in VR chat. I really like adding things to VR chat that you never see before, like that functional like battle rifle version of the Vector, the G56, or the Keltec P50 being like this pistol that takes a P90 magazine that you open up like a light machine gun. But
okay.
Seeing cool new military stuff makes my eyes shine. So
I get that when you're passionate about it, it gives you that fuel to just go. And a lot of people, I don't get how so many people don't have hobbies that they're really like send it about these days. Oh, that seems like it takes a lot of work, and then you're tired. And what about work all day? And I'm a car guy, and I've been in the middle of a field, in the middle of nowhere, rewiring a $500 car back together so we can drive the 50 miles back from where we bought it from. And we'll get home at like 3 a.m., have to be at work at 7 to open the place up. And that's part of the culture. Like, you're willing to commit the time, the effort, and the loss of sleep, and even the stress of trying to wire something on the side of the freeway with a flashlight in your mouth and some duct tape. And when you're really committed to it, like especially with how passionate you get with talking about all the endeavors for your research and then the application, there's so many people who don't get that, and it blows my mind because this is our passion project. We do the cars. You're clearly committed to your work because, like I said, your turnaround time's nuts. We have people who won't answer your reply in 2 weeks, let alone get it done. It is wild, man.
Like my philosophy is just like everybody has some sort of recreational passion outside of your regular 9 to 5, whatever have you. It has to be something that somebody's passionate about. I'm never going to judge people for what they're passionate about because then that makes me a shitter. Like, just because I can't ice skate doesn't mean I'm going to shit on somebody who can and they're very passionate about it. There's people that are passionate about, the anime they watch. You have like the hardcore otakus and weebs that are all about it. Granted, some of them are gatekeeping assholes. But so I don't want people to look at you and be like, oh, he's just like staring at a coding screen all day. No, he's having fun doing what he's doing. You should find something you have the same passion about and do the same. Whatever it is, crochet maybe, needlepoint.
Dude, used to be mad good at crocheting. Remember, we spent one day in like grade 1. Dude, we spent one day in grade 1, and we learned crochet, and then it was like a whole year of me being able to like make blankets and shit.
I got from making blankets to making arms.
You gotta be a jack of all trades.
Quilt to M&K.
I'll never say this bad about crocheting, man.
No, I don't know anything about it now. After that year, that storage space in my brain was removed for guns. It was gone.
It was gone.
I was at max storage capacity. I was just like
Yeah, so my mom does custom crochet stuff, and she made a Gyarados, the Pokemon, about 4 feet long with the wire skeleton. So you can pose it, you can wrap it around stuff. She's done Gengar, she's done Bulbasaur, she's done Ultraman, a bunch of Digimon. She did the artist formerly known as Prince. Like, I've seen some wild shit come out of crochet, so that one's always got respect for me forever.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of like pixel art almost when it comes to stuff like that, and that was one thing that I think is probably the earliest I can think of me just being a geek for making cool military stuff was pixel art in a way. So I'd play the mobile game, what was it, Pixel Gun 3D. Once you unlocked like your custom skin creator and stuff, that was all. I literally just logged onto that app only to create characters and stuff. So I think that's probably the earliest it goes back for. Just being able to make my own like military characters there with their own little like flannels and plate carriers and stuff. So, man, so fun. But it's kind of like how I played Fallout 4. It's you hop onto the game purely just to do the opposite of the purpose of it. So Fallout 4, I don't play the story. I just play solo DayZ and that stuff. Pixel Gun, there's a game to it. I'm kind of more on the customization end, nothing more. But
it's all about making your own fun.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you
Fast time, pretty good.
Yeah, I love this shit. Trust me, I've had VR the least, like the least amount of time out of the entire group, but I've probably logged in more hours than all of us. Well, out of the NoSkill group.
I don't know. I think Brandon's got you beat.
No, I haven't beat. I've already surpassed 200 hours.
I'm at 260.
Holy shit!
I think I'm at 267. So I'm still in that 260 range.
Now
I kind of had to take a break because I fried my PC and I need to get another one. Sorry.
Yeah, I can only imagine what mine looks like it with my
255 is what I'm at.
Yeah, I could only imagine what mine would be like if I incorporated my Quest playtime with my Steam playtime.
It counts.
Don't remember either though. Yep.
I'm gonna say easily quad digits.
Yeah, possibly. There's a good chance of it.
But if we incorporated VR in general, then boy, I got you beat. Because damn, I played so many VR games, especially between Quest and Steam.
Probably.
Jesus. Oof. I love VR.
Probably. Granted, I did burn through Battle Sisters in 2 days on a torn meniscus. I am a fucking champion. All right, real quick though, because we will be getting close to time. Fuck you. I still played, but
you had a torn meniscus.
We'll be getting. Yeah, that's me problem. We will be getting close to time here soon, I think. So we talked about your, and again, this is where I love doing this, especially when it comes to COD enthusiasts. So, and we did this with Ghost. We got your favorite COD, and this is where we might have to have a little bit of a discussion. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Talk to me. What is your worst COD? What COD do you think just is stinky, needs to go in the garbage disposal, and then thrown to the hounds?
I won't incorporate anything that I haven't played because I think that's probably pretty spicy to say that a game's bad if I haven't played it. So I'd have to say, I haven't played Vanguard, but I have some very strong feelings about that one. Same with Advanced Warfare. I think that one was pretty alright, but
I could have some
supply drops and stuff.
See, I liked Advanced Warfare because it was something different. Like the excellent.
Yeah, exactly.
At the time, it was
I remember
Titanfall knockoff.
I remember playing at my buddy's house when Advanced Warfare was new, and we were playing on his little box TV and whatnot with his PlayStation 3 or something like that, and that was good times. I did enjoy it off of that, but I didn't own it because of the supply drop system. And then the last one that I haven't played that I, again, have strong feelings for was probably Cold War, just because, oh man, I'm a gun nut, and I just see guns getting butchered and spliced and welded in so many places, and I'm like, dude, please stop! It hurts. I have to look at this in the Warzone menu, and it just hurts. Like, why is that barrel on the AK? That's an MG42s and all that kind of stuff. But games that I have played is everything other than those ones.
Man.
So I'd probably say Black Ops 4 is pretty down the drain off of the fact that there's a lack of content with the campaign and all that, and zombies got kind of blended, and then Black Ops 3 stole my wallet off of my own consent because of the supply drop system, so I have some strong feelings off of that. I think Black Ops 3 was really... I played so much of it, and I had so good of a time, I think. and it's probably my least favorite one, just because when I hear the main theme for it, I just think of my wallet getting set on fire, and that's like the only thing. I put too much cash into that game. I will always have very strong dislike towards it, just because I bought too much stuff on it. The balance wasn't even that good in that game, but zombies was fun.
See, that's what happened to me in Advanced Warfare with the supply drops. Because again, as a quickscope sniper, and then especially with some of the guns that you could pull from those supply drops that were just stupid overpowered.
You start
like,
getting the supply drop only weapons.
Well, everybody was trying to go for like the Obsidian Steed for the Bal 27. Then there was the Speakeasy for the ASM-1 because it had a fucking 50-round drum, and then the Quick Bolt for your quickscope snipers because the rechambering was just a little bit faster. Like you can rack in a new shell just slightly faster than your standard Moors. So I was just like, oh, and then also the cosmetics for your exosuit. I got my hands on that tentacle blue one.
They had so much customization. I imagine I probably would have enjoyed that a good bit if I were to put the amount of Black Ops 3 money into Advanced Warfare. But they had the weapons that were specific for the supply drops in BO3, and you had the endgame taunts that a lot of people wanted and stuff, being able to call in raps when you're playing as like the hooded bow lady and that kind of stuff. Yeah, and some cool voice lines that came with them and everything. So, so much money.
I was just a cringy Ruin main that wanted to. For those that know, Ruin mains wanted to pants everybody. His shock sticks were incredible in BO3. I got so many quads and 5 onto that shit.
Seraph, that's her name, Seraph. The lady with the hand cannon. I loved that.
The Annihilator.
Oh.
Yeah, the Annihilator.
Yeah. Wasn't her other ability like better score streaks or something?
I think it was you can get bonus.
You get bonus points per kill.
Yeah, bonus score per kill. That was also really fun to go for like high kill streaks with. That was fun.
Yeah.
It would clutch up, and then you had everybody with I forgot her name, but she had the War Machine where she was just popping nuggets from cross map and exploding people at spawn.
Battery. Well, what about the fucker?
Remember how they had like 30. The hive mind?
Oh, Nomad,
the dude with the slingshot mines. You know, you walk right by them and get swarmed by those nanobots. Those were annoying as shit.
That was Nomad because his other ability was the ability to respawn. Well, he'd smoke bomb himself, then he could respawn. That was his tactical ability.
Yeah.
If you went with the tactical one, but his other one was the bees.
I hated those things so much.
Remember how they added like 30 melee weapons to the supply drops despite it being a first-person shooter?
I remember that.
There's like 30 melee weapons. It's a first-person shooter, man.
Swords, the baseball bats. They all had their own taunt. Like you had the baseball bat, you actually feign swing, and you hear sound, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
It's actually
the mannequin arm that just peps.
If you guys didn't experience like doing melee only custom matches in free for all with your buddies,
we did.
Yeah, it was too much fun with the sliding and the jumping, and it was so fun with melee. It's probably the best bit of gameplay I've ever had out of that game, besides maybe a little bit of zombies. Was just doing.
My buddy Jonah, we would do a melee only match. And he just had a wrench with the acid green camo that came with the game if you pre-ordered it. No, Jonah had it too, and he was one of those. He got very possessive of a video game melee weapon to where I killed him, picked up his wrench, killed him with it. Oh no, I'm sorry. He had a crowbar. It was a crowbar, and so I killed him with his own crowbar, and then all of a sudden, you just hear in the party, "Is that my fucking crowbar? I'll kill you!" Like you're gonna respawn with another one.
You know what was one thing that. One thing I did really enjoy that I think only Black Ops 3 did. I don't know if 4 did it because I don't remember. But the custom paint jobs on your weapons, that was super cool. being able to
That got dicey
have your own.
really quickly.
Yeah, I got what you could call spicy. I always made super cool, like edgy stuff on it. I remember trying to like model like every perk onto the side of my. What was the name? Vesper? No, the other one. VMP.
VMP,
That's it.
VMP.
VMP.
I was about to say there's a Vesper,
Yeah.
the VMP, and the Weevil. Those were the 3 OP ones.
Yep. So my VMP, which I religiously used in zombies, I put like every perk symbol on with the customization stuff, and that was super fun. Call it like my Perca-Cola camo or something. I remember.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I remember back then I was like partially trolling my buddies into thinking that I earned it or something. It was like an actual in-game camo or something, but.
Oh,
I knew that was going to be I knew like creating your own camo skins were going to be a risk because it's the same generation of people on BO2 that could create their own calling cards, and kits, Pokemon, and FaZe Clan logos and 420 shit.
But hey,
So I'm
there
like,
were,
yeah, these people that
there
created
were-
that.
anime portraits. I spent 30 hours on.
I was about to say, yeah,
You
there
could
were
get the-
emblems that were freaking awesome with just the limited amount of slots that you had. There were some really cool ones.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm
Oh,
still
yeah.
jealous of your Charmander.
But Charmander looks
I
like
remember-
hit by a bus.
I remember looking up the guides on YouTube and stuff.
My
You
little
go to
special
YouTube to look up how to
Charizard.
make the super cool emblems.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
can sit here, consider and reminisce about BO2 and old school COD all damn day, but I think we are we're close to time, if not overtime. Am I right,
About
Brandon?
Oh,
120.
One more time.
I can
about
talk about.
like 120.
Never mind, we got time. We're not closing out just yet. Don't you move, okay?
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so then-
interesting little thing.
All
Oh, if you guys are moving into something.
No, I'm not saying anything.
I was about to
I
say
gotta
something to the conversation we just had. I was also going to point out, if I remember correctly, BO4 did not have the weapon editor. What they had to replace custom, I guess camos or whatever. They just added the Mark II variants, if you guys remember that shit, or the reactive camos.
Blech.
Right, the whole reactive camo thing.
Was that what?
So, like the whole reactive camo.
Yeah.
Either you got it out of a supply drop or you bought it from the store, and literally the gun changes as you get kills. That's what they went for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's what whatever that final camo for the camo challenge was. It was it became a thermal thing where it started out purple, and then it started glowing brighter and brighter and brighter, and then if you got, I want to say it was like 30 kills in a match, it would just turn red and it would have spikes shooting out of the side.
Talking about the
And the
dark
only time I
matter,
got
but
to
that's
use it
something
is
you
'cause
can
that man-
just, I went for that. You're talking about dark matter, but the only thing about that is that you were able to just earn it, unlike that other stuff where you bought it or you got lucky through a supply drop.
Oh yeah, and I know you had. I was just gonna point out the
Yeah.
fact that the only reason why I was able to actually use that gun is because once he got it, I'm not gonna lie, I was this friend. I basically stood behind him and I would wait for him to get killed just so I could pick it up.
I remember him every time. I was like, DJ, get the
I
fuck
would
away from me.
outright pop a round off, so it would flare me on the UAV. They would point in his direction. I would duck and hide. He'd catch the strays, and then I would just be like, "I got your gun. I'm gonna go do something with it."
Cool little thing was I want to have like a weapon with like an ammo counter on it because I've done that for like a Scar H, and you could like flick your thumb and it would change the fire mode. But I want to do something like the alien. I want to do like the alien pulse rifle because I remember someone said to me a little bit ago about like doing stuff for like xenomorph things because I could add PvP to xenomorphs and have the ammo counter working on like the little pulse rifle. And I don't remember if it's an underbarrel shotgun or a grenade launcher on the gun. I think it's a shotgun, ain't it? So that would be super.
Technically both, yeah. I know in the movie she
Yeah,
just
depending on what you
strapped
put.
a shotgun to it with the duct tape.
So, what was it? Be able to make the xenomorphs, if shot, like spread out like the green blood and things like that. that is one thing I do kind of want to mess around with PvP a bit more. Is like make it so like you kind of have like these little splurts of blood from the impacts, because right now it's just something visual. You see the like scratches and impacts of bullets and stuff, but it would be cool to make it so like you have your movement slowed down if you're getting shot, or have like a lot more like blood splurting and stuff. So doing that on xenomorphs would probably be pretty satisfying, I think. Because as I said, it like our community is for everyone to gather around and be able to collectively enjoy all of our cool military stuff from pretty much any universe, be it sci-fi or modern. Mainly, I keep to modern for all my stuff, but incorporating cool like futuristic drones and like all that kind of thing ain't anything stranger to me. So, yeah, I would love to incorporate like that kind of stuff. I think. Cool pulse rifles.
So sick. Sorry.
Yeah, I
didn't
do.
mean to say that.
It's like
He's just admiring from afar.
Really.
This man was
trying not to fangirl, but I love sci-fi shit so much.
Yeah.
One thing I do have that I haven't really moved forward with, but I think would be excellent is so as I said, my avatars are like cross avatar PvP. So if you use like guy with a gun 1 and guy with a gun 2, they can both damage and put like physical wounds and like blood splurts on the goat man if he's like charging at them and he's getting shot. So all avatars are compatible for the same PvP system. So with that in mind, I could technically arrange a beast battle of like xenomorphs versus like cave monsters or goat man or something like that if I really wanted to, and it would work like a charm. So you'd have like a lot of like green blood and like red blood on the ground and stuff as everyone's like swiping, and yeah, it'd be chivalry but sci-fi.
It'd be so much fun. We need an announcer to set it up like a WWE match. Just get everybody all hyped up. Whole crowd watch.
Your Michael Cole and JBL on speed dial.
We'll just get Marlon
Monday
to do
Night
it.
VR chat. Fucking Marlon screaming screaming at Mando through his own fucking headset. That was amazing.
One thing I've probably enjoyed the most out of the PvP system was I made a working Weeping Angel for VR chat, which detects like it has like this giant range in front of it, or the survivors do, where it detects where their eyesight is. With like a limited range and whatnot, and so if you stare at the Weeping Angel, you could also change its model, its skin, because there's other stuff that does the same thing. So if you want to be SCP-173, the little sculpture dude, then you could swap it to that. If you want to be Slenderman, I'm a big geek for Slender, so you could change it to Slender. So he stops in place. His locomotion gets disabled if one of the civilians look at him. I also have it on one other avatar, the SCP guard, so once SCP-173 will hold still if the guard is looking at him. So I've been kind of trying to think about implementing that with like a bunch of other stuff, because I can still use that same eyesight detection stuff on things like the Shy Guy, SCP-096. So if you look at him, he goes into rage state. So it'd be like the opposite. You get frozen in place until someone looks at you, and that'd be super cool to implement.
You talking about that reminds me of the many like hours I put into like I think it was like SCP Laboratory or something. It was like that multiplayer game where people just go into the laboratory and they're trying to escape while there's monsters and like maybe SCP guards trying to stop the prisoners from escaping. And oh my god, just so many memories of doing that shit with friends. I'm like, if I can do that in VR, that'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to
so
I need you to know that now.
I remember this man came when we were playing Back 4 Blood. This is the same man that came up with Operation Abandon DJ just to get a rock thrown at the back of his head later. Karma.
Yeah, instant karma.
It was amazing.
No, it was amazing.
So
big geek for all
when it comes to video games.
Yeah. So sorry.
I was gonna say I can admit when it comes to video games, I am the class sag ass. Half the time I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just gonna follow these guys and maybe be led to victory. But then, on occasion, dum strength kicks in, and I go, I can take that big motherfucker down. I got a pipe bomb and a pistol. I don't care that he's 30 feet tall. Gets bodied immediately. Guys, he hurt me.
Oh, that does remind me. Speaking of big guys, I do want to. I have done like boss battles for VR chat with my avatars that are like integrated in, and I want to do it more. But I'll give you a good example of a boss fight for VR chat. I made this futuristic faction for our community. We have like 3 original factions, being like the Musketeers, the PMC general use. Takes any contract kind of thing is the whole gist of it. So it gives us an excuse to be able to do backrooms events, SCP or MTFs for hire, and that kind of stuff. And then we have our newest added one, being the Brimstone Reapers advanced agency kind of thing. I'll come back to them in a second. And then you have Kodiak, which are more grounded in reality kind of thing for like really base military stuff other than like the occasional drum mag on things. But Brimstone Reapers, their introduction to our server was me creating using a model for a mech, rigging it and readying it for VR chat, and doing a whole bunch of programming and like separating meshes and models and blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff to work perfectly with the PvP that's existent on the avatars, so that when the one big guy with the mech avatar spawns in and turns on PvP, everyone else has their PvP on and they have the mech visible and everyone has avatar interactions on. All the conditions are met, right? You can then ensue, and technically in any map you want, a boss battle where if you hit the weak points of the elbows, the knees, and the chest and legs and that kind of stuff, you can then see sparks start appearing on them until like hundreds of shots have been hit into these things on this giant mech that has like a grenade launcher on one arm and a minigun on the other and a face cannon. You can then watch as the arm that has taken enough damage get separated and then it becomes a particle. So then you shoot the mech enough times, arm snaps off, and then you can watch it slowly with all that weight collapse onto the ground, and it'll sit there for like a little bit during the boss fight, and then as he takes more damage, you start seeing the leg pieces like popping off if they're starting to target the legs, and then they go after the one remaining cannon, so then they snap the other arm and it slowly falls and collapses onto the ground, and then you just have the mech using the face cannon. Chest starts getting messed up until it finally gets destroyed, and then you have the slow animation where the starting from the bottom, you have a boom as the legs split, boom as the chest splits, and boom as the head splits. So, nice little boss fight integrated in VR chat, and I kind of want to do some Back 4 Blood stuff where it's more biological, like Resident Evil creatures where you're shooting pus sacks and stuff like that. But mechs are the easiest thing to do because you're just snapping things. But yeah. So I want to move with more boss fight stuff. Oh, dude, I could go into the Xenomorph stuff. You get the queen.
Let's go, dude. I'm sorry, I got the biggest smile on my face right now. I love body horror and sci-fi.
I don't know if I'll do Xenomorph stuff soon, but
I'm a half smile down there, not full smile.
You are fucking nasty, and that was me. I agree with you.
Oh, I get to hear that about the guy whose model we got to check every week to make sure it's not against TOS.
He's absolutely lying. I'm ready to go, and I'm always pristine every time. Okay, there's definitely not 45 minutes where I had to outfit change, like earlier when I accidentally was in my. Yes. Hi.
You showed up in
your birthday suit.
Fucking Coachella, dude. That place. Oh my god!
Like you were going to Coachella. Anyways,
I know they're not supposed to know that though. You're freaking the immersion. Shit. Damn it.
Point me out.
I'm sorry.
I'm here to talk about sci-fi shit and guns. Let's go.
Granted, I am. This is what I love. Like, dude, you currently right now, you are holding the record. You're trouncing everybody that we've had on the show. You're trouncing the record of making 3 full grown ass men go, wow. Oh, fuck yeah! Because everything you said just sounded so amazing, and then to boot, he's doing his best to make it all Quest friendly for people that only have a Quest available to them and not a PC, and that is completely insane. It's amazing. It makes even me, even though I have a PC now, it still makes me feel like, hey, I feel included in this shit. Because that's where I came from, was just using a simple Quest, and
exactly.
So I think this entire thing is incredible. You hands down are one of my favorite guests that I've had on this podcast. This is absolutely amazing. I want to get you and Ghost on here one day, just like both of you on here. I think that would be a crazy fun episode, just talking about like Call of Duty and like military stuff.
We'd be bickering.
Even better.
Even better.
We do the same shit. Ain't nothing different.
Well, you've seen it on 3 different occasions tonight. This man's just like, the fuck you looking at? Like, I'm just looking over here. Damn. They quit touching my ears. Fucking,
I didn't do that.
I will. Will say, don't get. Legally, I have to say, don't get excited with the stuff that I'm saying is a good idea to make, because it's a good idea to make, but with how much detail I add to each avatar, it could be like a month in the future, it could be like 3, so like, give it a minute. if I say it's already out, cool, get excited. If I say it's a good idea, and I would love to make it, don't expect it like tomorrow, because it could be a couple months. I don't know if it's already out yet, or if it's coming like soon.
Oh yeah, this stuff takes time.
Just understand for some of this for anything that's creation.
Yeah, I'm the kind of fella who like with a lot more of the advanced stuff that you don't see in VR chat until they're like made by myself for the military things like the helicopter extraction and things like that. I'm ideally just going through my everyday tasks, and my brain is for some reason constantly calculating parameters and conditions on the avatar I'm making. So it'll just pop into head. Oh, that's how you program that. That's coming soon. I'll keep that in my noggin for like a month or so. So that's how thermal worked. It sat in my brain for like a month, and then I just kind of like decided to start doing some R&D for it until it came out. So, but
yeah, so like understand, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to any sort of creation, like content creation or just even creating stuff for VR chat, it's all gonna take a little bit of time. Even though he's talking about it in in-depth detail, he still needs to create it. Just like when we talk about some of the things that we're gonna do, we probably haven't even recorded yet. Hell, one of us probably doesn't even have the game downloaded. Probably me. But just know it's in the works and it's coming, and I am so excited to see what is next for you, like creation wise, like everything that you talked about tonight. I was already visualizing in my head of like, oh dude, that just the visual thought alone, I'm like, that sounds incredible.
Like, I'm geeking over here.
You are absolutely fucking talented. Oh yeah, you're absolutely talented. Trust me, you've already got a fan out of me. Like before we even turned the camera on, when he was like flipping through some of his avatars, he had this one spiffy one. I probably shouldn't say that, but yeah, let's just say it was a really nice avatar. Then he starts pulling guns out of his fucking pockets. I'm like, okay, fuck yeah. All right, now I know for certain we're getting close to close. We have to be.
We are.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I just caught the time to a little crease in my head that you guys don't know about, and I looked at my clock, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Right there.
Hey.
I said it was right
I know
there.
that thing is in. Get out of here, gangrene gang. Go back to Powerpuff Girls. And now, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's outro time. Welcome to the outro end of this episode of the NoSkill podcast. This is absolutely amazing. I realize now, after almost 2 hours, I never introduced us. Hi, I'm DJ. That's Mikey. That's a dragon. His name is Brandon. Arbiter, it has been an honor and a pleasure, my friend. This has been so much fun. And again, you already have a fan out of me because everything you said tonight has me excited for what you're going to create next. And I'm definitely going to be tuning in. Now we're going to start down the line, and then we're going to end with you.
Alrighty.
Mikey. Any closing arguments, closing statements you want to say to the folks? Something you want to say to Mr. Arbiter?
Two things. One, I've just been fangirling here, so if I've been quiet or groaning, that's what it is. It's me containing myself in my seat. I don't want to hear about it because I know people that watch this. Then I have to hear about it on Monday after we record. So yeah, that's what that was. And two, man, how to phrase this without sounding mean? There genuinely aren't enough people creating in communities these days where the community is their first priority. It's usually ego. It's usually turning a quick buck. Sometimes it's even just this weird delusional complex, but the fact that you put in the work for accessibility overall, and then that you have fun with it. You're clearly highly passionate about it. You had all three of us sitting here completely silent, just waiting for the next word. Dude,
especially with me being silent, that says a lot.
That's something. That is something and a half.
That's fair.
I don't know how to shut the fuck up.
But no, dude, it's been fun. I've enjoyed the hell out of myself. This has been a blast. I'm excited. I want to go start digging into more stuff I didn't know about or things I only had loose ideas of. And I hope that some more fun projects will. I hope that we're going to see some more cool shit, not just from you, but from potentially people you inspired. This is a good example right here, folks.
Yeah, as I said, we are trying to make it so like people have easier access to being able to make military avatars. I'm more than happy to get people rolling on that kind of stuff. And as I further develop like my little package for doing all the night vision and all that kind of stuff, that's going to become widespread, and hopefully you can see like avatars more often in the future whenever you go to a Call of Duty world, like Ghosts or anything making military stuff, SCP stuff, backrooms, whatever, that you get to see night vision in the avatars, that you get to see functionality and all that kind of cool stuff. We're just trying to get it out to more communities, and always welcoming for it. All right, let me let you have your outro.
Well, I've said my piece, but the last thing I'm just gonna say is Quest users, he's looking out for y'all. So I'll get ready for that. Brandon, send it over to you. Anything you want to say to the folks? Anything you want to say to Arbiter?
Other than you have a fan, and I'm very excited to see what else you can create in the future. As before we even recorded this, as I'm watching you pull out avatars and all that, I took the time and just joined the Musketeers group on VR Chat because I'm like, I need to be a part of this.
He was on full smile.
You did that shit quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right, then lastly, but certainly not leastly, Arbiter, tell the folks who you are. Plug yourself. Let's see. Let's talk to them.
Yes. Yeah. So if you want to have a welcoming community and all that kind of stuff, and you just kind of want to geek out over cool stuff, our community, the Musketeers, we are very welcoming to every individual. Everyone's welcome to it. The main thing is to just, treat everyone with respect, and don't force ideas into other people. Respect everyone, and thank you, I suppose, to all the fantastic creators within it, because we have so many people who are either starting or they helped one another, like myself, to get rolling on the road here. People like Ghost.midi that these fine fellows have had on the podcast before. Other avatar creators like another Wilson, Lemon being fantastic for giving the particles, and Wilson teaching me how to get things to go pew pew many months ago. And Lazy for being fantastic with helping with troubleshooting and stuff like that. But otherwise, if you like to geek out over cool military stuff, we're all here. We're all fine gents and ladies and fellas and all the good peoples. So that's about all she wrote.
Any personal stuff you want to plug?
Oh yes, Discord/The Musketeers for the server itself. I myself am more than welcome to greet everyone in VR chat. I don't really have anything other than mainly Discord for reaching me. Could maybe move to Twitter eventually, but we'll see about that. But yeah, it's mainly just the Discord.
All right, ladies and germs. This is now concluding the episode of the NoSkill podcast. Thank you for hanging out with us. I would like you to know that down below there are some buttons in the comment section, and I highly suggest that you do whatever you want to with them. Thank you for tuning in with us, Arbiter. Thank you again for hanging out with us, and we will see you guys in the next one.